Yeah, I mean, bro, this is the beauty about creating conditions, right? Either 5 minute bearish structure gets respected and this 15-minute gets inversed, and now we can move our bias to bearish, targeting this weekly low down here that we have marked out, or we can respect this 15-minute, get an inverse, and target the highs above, right? Because we do still have new week opening gap.
China, boom.
China, boom, bash. All right, see, now this 4 minute looks much better because we came down, we reswept the 5 minute low, retested the 15-minute, and now potentially have a 4 minute inverse to the upside. This looks much better.
Yeah, it's getting inverse for sure.
Order filled, order filled.
So we no longer have that SMT, which is good. All right, so I have TP1 at a 1-to-1. I have TP2 at this hourly bearish unfilled gap. And then I have TP3 right here.
Trump, which kind of had me trip.
Bang! Let's go, baby! Sweet dance.
Dude,
By the
just
moon.
go.
Bang! Let's go, baby! Let's go! Oh, second TP hit. 2 more ticks, baby. Let's go! Eba. All right, I'm done trading. Chosen ones of spaghetti trading. Welcome to the trade recap. Today, we hit an absolute fucking banger. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Seba, Carajá, brasileiro, fuboleiro, Seba. Let's get into this little trade recap. Zini over here. I'm going to show you guys the executions on MNQ real quick so you know I'm not capping. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Look at this. Look at this. So this was the trade that we took today. These are the executions. I'm going to go ahead and log out so I can show you guys everything on replay. Let's start out with the daily bias. And I'm going to show you exactly what I did this morning. Okay, so I woke up this morning and I looked at the weekly time frame. Okay, I looked at the weekly time frame and it looks like, what have we done this week? We have came down, we have swept this Monday 29 weekly low. Then I'm marking out my draw on liquidity. Okay, this weekly low is definitely the draw on liquidity for shorts. What is a draw on liquidity for longs? Is it this weekly high? I don't know. That seems pretty far away. I don't think so. I go on the daily time frame and I see, okay, what's the actual draw on liquidity? The actual draw on liquidity for longs is this new week opening gap. Okay, this is the ultimate draw on liquidity. If I'm gonna long, where am I gonna long to? Where's my last target for longs? It is this new week opening gap. So now I've established a range. Okay, where do I want to be trading? I want to be trading inside this range. Once price comes out of either range or taps into either range, I am done trading. If I caught the move to this buy side level, bet. If I caught the move to this sell side level, bet. Okay? If not, I'm done trading for the day. Now I've established a range on the daily time frame. So I can now go to the 4-hour time frame. So when I open up the charts, I see that we're trading inside of this 2-hour bearish gap and this 2-hour bearish gap. Okay, we got a sweep of previous day low. I have my range on the 4-hour and daily that I'm looking to see, and I'm trying to determine a bias, right? So what do I see? I see that we swept previous day low, and now we are creating bullish structure. Okay, where are we creating bullish structure? We are creating bullish structure on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, if I look at my sessions, this is very important. This is very crucial to establishing a bias. What do I see? I see that Asia session accumulated. I see that London session took out both Asia highs and Asia lows, created a bigger range and a bigger box, right? What is this? It's a search and destroy model. Okay, when Asia accumulates, makes a range, London completely makes just the same range but bigger, taking out both Asia highs and lows. Now we have a search and destroy model. What does that mean? That means that either in pre-market or in New York market, we are going to do one of two things. We are either going to take out London lows and then pump up to London highs, and that's going to be the manipulation and delivery. Or we're going to do the opposite. We are going to take out London highs first, and then the actual delivery is going to be shorts to London lows. Okay, what ended up happening in pre-market? Pre-market took out London lows. So what is our obvious target in the search and destroy model? It is London highs. Okay, London highs get taken, and we still don't have an entry. We weren't able to get into longs to London highs because it happened in pre-market. So now, what do I know? What do I know? I know that we have 2-hour bearish gaps that are right here that we're currently respecting. I know that we have a 15-minute bullish gap that was created. So I'm going to set a condition. Very simple. Okay, if I'm going to be bullish, I want to see this 15-minute bullish gap be respected. If I'm bearish, I want to see this 15-minute bullish gap get inversed. And if it gets inversed, I know my target is this weekly low. If it holds and respects, I know my target are these 4-hour highs and this new week opening gap. Very simple, right? I'm setting conditions for myself. Why is that a valid condition? Because if we tap into this 15-minute and we respect it and we push up higher, what does that mean? That means that we have a very high probability of inversing the 4-hour bearish gap we have on ES and the 2-hour bearish gaps that we noted on NQ, right? Why? Because if the 15-minute gets respected and we push up higher, that means that it's going to happen when we're getting closer to 10 a.m. At 10 a.m., we're probably going to inverse the 2-hour bearish gaps if we are bullish. How do I know we're bullish? If this 15-minute gets respected. So I'm setting conditions for myself that help myself align with the proper bias, with the correct bias, and I now know what my targets are if this happens. So we get a 15-minute tap in, and on the way down to tap into that 15-minute, we create a 4-minute bearish gap. Okay, so this 4-minute, let's see right here. Let me pull back to this. Arm. Okay, so we come down, we tap into the 15-minute bullish gap, and then we create a 4-minute bearish gap. So now this is the condition, right? If I'm inside of the 15-minute, how do I know if it's going to be respected? If it inverses the higher time frame fair value gap, the highest time frame bearish fair value gap we created on the way down to the 15-minute, if that gets inversed, that means we're definitely going to hold the 15-minute and we're going to push up higher. If the 15-minute gets inversed and we create 5-minute bearish structure, then what is our target? All the way down here. But what actually happened? So let's see. Okay. We create the 4-minute bearish gap. The 4-minute gets tapped into. Okay, I'm waiting to see if it gets inversed. And what happens? It doesn't get inversed on the first try, and we come down and we sweep this low that we made inside of the 15-minute. So now we have a sweep of the internal low that we created inside of the 15-minute. So we have our 15-minute bullish gap, and now we created a small liquidity sweep, lower time frame sweep inside of the 15-minute bullish gap. Now that's a beautiful confluence. A sweep inside of your condition to long or to short, a sweep inside of your fair value gap that you want to see respect is an even higher confluence that now, if I take a trade out of it, that's going to be a very high probability trade. So we get a sweep of the sweep inside of the 15, and now we have the 4-minute inverse, which is still the highest time frame inverse, and now this is my condition for longs, right? What's my condition? My condition is that if this 4-minute gets inversed, I am going to enter longs targeting a 1-to-1 as my TP1, right? I'm always going to target a 1-to-1. And then what also is my target? I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, so now this is my condition, and all I'm waiting for is to see, right? We get the resweep of this low, and then we get all right, there. Then right there, we get the 4-minute inverse. And I don't really like this inverse because it's very close to our internal high. So I waited for a retrace. I got my retracement on the trade. And now I'm in for this on a 1-to-1. Now I'm in for this for a 1-to-1 RR, right? For my TP1. So what's my TP1? My TP1 is a 1-to-1 RR. Risk to reward. I know you guys like to make fun of the way I say RR, but whatever. Fuck you guys. Okay, then I go on the hourly time frame, and what do I see? I see that we have an hourly unfilled bearish gap right here. Beautiful. That's going to be TP2. Then if we're truly bullish, and at 10 a.m. we inverse these hourly gaps and the 2-hour bearish gaps, then what is the ultimate target? The ultimate target is these 4-hour highs and new week opening gap. Okay, so where's my TP3? My TP3 is right here at these 4-hour highs. Okay, now I watch it play out. 4-minute gets inverse, we get a pullback. Now I'm in on this trade. I have TP1 here, TP2 here, TP3 at those 4-hour highs. Okay, so I'm playing this out. That's TP1 right there. That's TP2. And now what do I notice? It's 9:56. Okay? It's 9:56 and I still have a runner. How do I decide if I want to hold this runner or not to TP3, or if I should just full close at TP2 because we just tapped into an hourly unfilled gap? Simple. Okay? It's 9:56. I wait for another 4-minute candle. 4 minutes. Okay, now that's 10 a.m. right there. That's the 10 a.m. open. I go back to the 2-hour time frame, and what do I see? I see that we inversed both 2-hour bearish gaps that we were trading inside of. So now I have all of the confidence I need to hold my trade until TP3. What happens? Bang. Price hits TP3, taps into that new week opening gap, and now I'm done trading. I'm out for the day, hit a 1-to-3 RR, and then what happens? Bang. Price dumps out of that. Why? Because all of our targets for longs were hit. You got to be able to get out at the right time. You don't want to keep holding, and then it's just going to dump in your face, right? Why did I take out at this level right here? Because at this level, what happened last time we tapped into this level? We dumped. Okay, so what do I expect? Am I bullish enough to come back to these 4-hour highs? Absolutely. But then, am I bullish enough to hold it into this gray area, which I don't know what's going to happen? No, because last time we were in this gray area, which I don't know what's going to happen, what did price do? Price dumped. So what am I going to do? I'm going to full close my TP3 at this 4-hour high above, and then I'm done trading for the day. I don't even care about taking shorts. I got a 1-to-3 RR. I'm done, right? So that was the trade recap for today. Hope you guys were able to learn from it. Keywords here, key lessons to learn from this. Conditions. Setting conditions, not only in your bias, but as market is open, as market is open, not only in your bias, but as market is moving in live conditions. Set conditions for yourself. Wait for those conditions to be met. Execute when those conditions are met. Simple. You will make your life 100 times easier if you just set very strict conditions that go in line with your bias, that tell you where price want to go, and then you act on those conditions, and only if those conditions are met. Simple. All right? Much love. Love you guys. If you guys want an even more in-depth video on my strategy, on my model, on my entries, on my executions, some discipline advice as well, go watch the video the previous video, which is my entire strategy. That's the title of it. It's an hour and 40 minutes. It gives you everything you need. And yeah, fucking love you guys. I will see you for tomorrow's trading. No fuimos.